The Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, is bracing for a wave of mass layoffs. Starting February 20, 2025, approximately 6,700 employees will be dismissed. These layoffs primarily target probationary employees. This includes recent hires and some longtime federal workers who were recently promoted. This drastic measure comes amidst the tax filing season, a time when the IRS is usually at its busiest. The scale of these layoffs is significant. It represents a substantial reduction in the IRS workforce. This has raised concerns about the agency's ability to function effectively. Many fear that these layoffs will severely impact taxpayers and the upcoming tax season. The driving force behind these mass layoffs is an executive order from the Trump administration. This order mandates the termination of probationary employees deemed non-critical to the current tax filing season. The administration argues that these layoffs are necessary to streamline government operations. However, critics argue that these cuts are politically motivated and will ultimately harm the IRS's ability to serve taxpayers. The impact of these layoffs is expected to be far-reaching. Taxpayers should brace themselves for potential delays in processing tax returns and issuing refunds. Customer service is also expected to suffer. Wait times are projected to increase significantly. Some in-person service centers may even face closure, including those open on Saturdays. The consequences of these layoffs extend beyond immediate delays. The IRS is in the midst of modernizing its aging technology infrastructure, some of which dates back to the 1960s. These layoffs could derail these modernization efforts. The loss of skilled workers, particularly those familiar with both the outdated systems and the modernization plans, is a major concern. Adding to the uncertainty, these layoffs come on the heels of a period of significant growth for the IRS. The agency's workforce had grown from 80,000 to over 100,000 during the Biden administration, fueled by funding from the Inflation Reduction Act. This growth was intended to improve the IRS's capacity and efficiency. However, the current administration's cuts directly contradict those efforts. In an attempt to manage the situation, the IRS has created an internal portal for its employees. This portal provides updates on the workforce changes, including information on employee rights, obligations, unemployment options, and access to personnel files and retirement account information. However, this does little to alleviate the anxiety and uncertainty felt by many IRS employees. The IRS layoffs are not an isolated event. They are part of a broader trend of federal layoffs initiated by the Trump administration across various agencies. This trend, coupled with the recent replacement of IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel with former Representative Billy Long from Missouri, signals a period of significant change and uncertainty for the IRS. The long-term consequences of these decisions remain to be seen. However, one thing is certain: the IRS and the taxpayers it serves are entering a new and potentially turbulent era.